The scream that broke the quiet at 7:15 that Tuesday morning will haunt my bad dreams forever. I was drinking my coffee when I heard an angry yell from my front yard. I ran to the window and couldn't move. Linda Carver, the boss of our neighborhood group, stood on my roof with a metal bar in her hand. Her face looked super mad. Her perfect brown hair was flying around as she smashed my satellite dish really hard. She kept saying, "Ugly trash, not in my neighborhood." Metal made awful sounds as she ripped the dish off and threw it into a garbage can she brought to my driveway. The crash sounded like a gun going off in our quiet neighborhood. She brushed off her hands. She climbed down and walked home like she had killed a dragon. Her phone rang at her door, and her mean smile went away when she heard the voice that would ruin everything she had built. This is my story. It's about a mean bully fighting with science, and it made people argue about power, crazy fears, and what's right. I'm Lucas Navarro, a 38-year-old guy who builds stuff for spaceships. I moved to Pinewood Grove 6 months ago because the streets were quiet and houses were cheap. Perfect for someone like me who likes to be alone. My job studying the air around Earth needs me to be very careful. I track weather and space storms for NASA. The dish Linda broke wasn't for watching TV. It was a fancy computer thing that helped NASA learn about space. It watched dangerous rays and air changes that help us know when space storms might hurt satellites or electricity. I followed every rule: city papers, local laws, neighborhood rules. The dish was small and hidden on the back corner of my roof. You could barely see it, but it could see the southern sky perfectly. Linda had different ideas. A week after I put it up, she marched to my door with her clipboard. Her pants were perfectly pressed and her neighborhood boss badge shined like a soldier's medal. "Mr. Navarro, that ugly thing has to go." I showed her my permits, setup papers, and a letter from NASA. She pushed them away. "I don't care about government stamps. This is my neighborhood and you don't put spy stuff up without asking me." Her crazy fear of calling it government spying shocked me. Smart thinking couldn't change her belief that being neighborhood boss gave her all the power. Her mean campaign against me got worse and worse. Official-looking neighborhood letters came first asking me to remove the dish, then threatening to fine me, then making up fake rules that weren't even in our neighborhood. Book. She got other board members to agree with her. They were probably scared of making her mad. Special meetings were held just to talk about my dish problem. Her helpers took pictures of my house every day at 8 in the morning, taking photos of my roof and yard, even trying to look inside. When I said this was harassment, Linda smiled mean. "I'm on public property writing down rule breaking." I offered to hide the dish behind a screen. She laughed. "Spy equipment. You're watching us and telling the government." Her conspiracy theories couldn't be shaken. I realized that being reasonable wouldn't work, so I got ready for a fight. The breaking point came that Thursday. Linda had been watching what I did every day and attacked while I was at work. With a metal bar and ladder, she climbed onto my roof like a crazy person on a mission. Mr. Thompson, my old neighbor, watched from his window as she walked around my house, then attacked the dish. It was built to survive hurricanes, but Linda's anger won. She ripped it off and threw it in her garbage can. She stood there proud, hands on her hips, not knowing about the trouble she had just caused. When I got home that evening, I found my driveway blocked by her garbage can. My $10,000 dish was broken and mixed with trash. Shock turned to fear as my phone buzzed with urgent NASA messages, dozens of missed calls, texts, and emails from the Goddard Space Flight Center security team. The signal stopped at 11:43 in the morning and set off alarms. An email scared me. "Security problem with air watching network. Must respond right away." The outage during a rare solar storm created a gap in information that threatened research on radiation dangers to astronauts and satellites. I called NASA's emergency number and reached Agent Emily Wong. "Mr. Navarro, what happened?" I told her about Linda's destruction. Wong's voice got serious. "This isn't a neighborhood fight. You're telling me about someone destroying federal research. My dish, paid for by taxpayers, belonged to the federal government. Destroying it wasn't just vandalism. It was a crime that affected the whole country." Next morning, 2 black SUVs drove into Pinewood Grove. Federal agents got out everywhere. Wong led the group with a tech person documenting the broken pieces and another interviewing people who saw it. Neighbors stared from their porches as Linda came out, her confidence falling apart. "I'm the HOA president. What's this about?" Wong was cold as ice. "We're investigating destruction of federal equipment. Ma'am, you may have information we need." Linda turned pale at hearing federal. The tech person confirmed someone had destroyed it on purpose. Mr. Thompson told them about her crazy attack. Then Mrs. Lee, 2 doors down, gave the final blow. Her Ring camera caught Linda's entire attack in perfect video. The sound included her rants about spy gear and clutter, proving she was guilty. Wong's team watched it, their faces serious. This was solid proof. Wong confronted Linda at her door, showing her badge. "Mrs. Carver, video shows you destroying federal research equipment. This is serious." Linda's tough act broke. "It wasn't allowed. I'm HOA president. I enforce the rules." Wong shut her down. "You destroyed federal property and messed up a NASA project. Your title means nothing." Linda's claim of removing spy gear showed how crazy her thinking was. Wong explained the punishments, fines, and jail time for interfering with federal research. The dish's cost, setup, and lost information added up to millions. Linda's friends disappeared. Board members wouldn't answer her calls. 3 days later, NASA's legal order hit with a lawsuit demanding huge damages. The worst embarrassment was that Linda had to watch my new dish get installed under federal supervision. The upgraded, bigger dish with locks and sensors that couldn't be tampered with was put up as neighbors watched Linda's defeat in public. Her quitting followed, claiming health problems, but we knew the real truth. Federal investigation crushed her. What happened after showed Linda's reign of terror. The new board found her scams. She had fined Mrs. Wong $2,000 for having too many bird feeders, a rule that didn't exist in our neighborhood book. She had bullied the Garcias to remove their perfectly legal garden and opened neighbors' mail hunting for violations. She wrote down residents' movements and filed false city complaints against Mr. Brown. Agent Wong's investigation grew to include mail tampering, federal crimes. Dr. Sophia Kim, my project's leader, visited and revealed the outage's cost. A solar storm data gap weakened prediction models, risking lives and infrastructure. Linda's ignorance had worldwide consequences. My new dish, now a fortress, sparked a nationwide security upgrade for research stations, nicknamed the Pinewood Incident. Linda faced growing lawsuits. Her husband took out a loan on their house for lawyer fees. Her kids ran from the scandal. Her house couldn't be sold because of her bad reputation, trapping her under my dish's glow. Its security lights mocked her every night. Pinewood changed for the better. Gardens bloomed, homes showed personalities, fear was lifted. Mr. Thompson smiled. A reformed HOA, open and fair, took over. NASA's information packet mailed to everyone explained research equipment's value, ending with, "Don't destroy it, call us." Media made Linda a poster child for HOA abuse. Her name became the same as overreach. Dr. Kim's team found the data gap was a weird research bonus, proving continuous monitoring's necessity. Linda's mistake actually helped science. Was she a tyrant or just crazy? Should I have fought sooner? Did the HOA let her do this? My dish hums, guarding the skies. Proof that science outlasts ignorance. Linda's prison is her shame. My victory is Pinewood's freedom. The sunset bathes my roof in gold.